Yeah, fellas, welcome to another Player Supreme broadcast, live YouTube. It's Sunday morning, 11/13/2016, it looks like. Had some tumultuous last few days since the Trump election, and we're not going to talk politics today. If you come in, try to talk politics, try to convince me of liking Trump and all that kind of stuff, or try to show the dirt on Hillary, you get immediate banned. Okay, immediate block. Not in the mood to deal with idiots today. I left off with some comments that I want to finish up at the start of the show, and some of these comments are on that side, so I want to make sure I address the owners. I don't want to do typing to acknowledge the owner's comments. He writes, I knew the Libertarian Party had racists in it too. Yeah. As Dave Champion pointed out, he sees them and he hates them too. These faggots are sellouts who voted for a certain person. Can't stand these idiots bringing their stupid ideologies to other people's parties. Martial law is next if they keep this up. Lucky13, a new viewer, said, Patricia, you're 57? Wow. I totally agree. By not voting, you voted for Trump. I grew up in the same era. You did things were very different back then. Yeah, you did, Patricia. Welcome to the channel. Michael Nolan comments. The guy wants to look, smile, and look away again, like reading a pack instructions to get a woman. That was on the comment the brother wanted on, when you're in bed with a woman, looking her in the eyes, how long you should do it for. That. See, it does something to my head when I even think about that. I need a break. And being stiff, uptight around a woman will... Well, a lot of these guys had fucked up upbringings, Supreme. They're afraid to express sexuality to a woman or even express angry emotions. They're told to mask it like, nice guy, of course. You're on that nice guy thing. Michael, you're not aware of that. Then he thinks I'm not aware of it. Michael, look who you're talking to. Come on, Mike. Do better than that, okay? They're afraid of any kind of attention. He thinks I didn't learn about the nice guy. I've done several videos on nice guys. I've done a lot of research into that. Back in the early 2000s. Sorry, Mike, I'm light years ahead of you. Again, MK Ultra, Remo. Looking forward to live cast. What's here there, Remo? We're up. Lester, too little, too late, boycott Grubhub, and let's see, Lester, draining the swamp. Goodbye, Lester. That means you represent actually racism, now that I think about it. Someone 99 problems where you see my supporters rioting. I just did a video addressing that. Goodbye 99 problems. I think I've already banned him. Nope, but he is now. I just did a video, that's why I'm late. See, we're talking politics. Don't want to do that. You can watch the video. I had a conversation with Hudson, finally. We're not going to talk here, Hudson, of course, because we already had a conversation. Michael Nolan, Supreme, how were you able to step into negative tension as a kid when you felt off people? I told him I don't understand what he's saying. He goes on to say, I know the whole gathering information gets you pissed off. I'll be on ZenMac forum soon to make a video. For now, I'm going to watch the Conor McGregor fight. Okay. Gathering information doesn't piss me off. I don't know where he got that idea from. Only thing that pisses me off is when I look at the videos of the kids who were tied to trees and set on fire. The videos, or the pictures, in other words, of black women and kids and men and boys hanging from trees, hanging from poles. I step into the person's shoes. I try to envision what it would feel like to be those individuals, which is something a lot of people should learn to do. Let's see, Michael Nolan again. The problem with East Indians is they're afraid of tension. Oh. When you see Michael Nolan lose a word, and it's spelled correctly, he's learned something new, and he wants to spread that new knowledge or whatever he read or heard on a video. Tension. Interesting. Are afraid of tension. The correct word you want to use, Michael Nolan, is confrontation. Okay? Not tension. Confrontation. Look it up, learn to spell it correctly, and learn to use it correctly. Okay? Confrontation. The problem with East Indians is they're afraid. You want to say they are afraid of confrontation of any sort. They would not survive in America. They live in America. That's for sure, he goes. There's a ton, I guess you're not aware, but there's a ton of East Indians in America. I went to my hometown of Seattle a few years ago, and I was driving down Martin Luther King Boulevard. There was nothing but East Indian stores. All the blacks have been ran out. For some reason, Africans in general aren't afraid of negative tension. He goes again. You see how his mind works? Negative confrontation. Actually, I'm watching the videos of the day after stuff, and I saw several Africans that were passive about it, but they were doing it the right way. But the kids were passive. That's what took me by surprise. I guess maybe I think they were born here, but they're raised in that household. My youngest grandson, he's very passive, although he's a giant and heavy. He's very passive. So I don't know if that's an African culture thing. Maybe Bangura can explain. I think Bangura is more Americanized, though. But I also see the same passivity in a lot of the black males in the colleges, you know, when they're doing the nigger shit comments. So I think there's some that are passive and there are some that are not. But I haven't seen any aggressive Africans yet. And that leads me to want to study, see what's going on. I saw a video of a black dude driving, hollering, and almost in tears, he said, because these grown-ass white men did something to his 15-year-old daughter, hit her in the face or something. Grown males hitting a child. Because I'm surprised none is shot like the white dude in class on the video. He bottled it. He created negative tension. There he goes again. Okay, Mike. With black student. He created negative confrontation. You're misusing the word tension. When you learn a word, don't just start using it everywhere you go. You're going to come off like a weirdo. Not just on my channel here, but I mean in real life, man. Professional-ish. I'm not sure. Does eye contact? Now we got game question. Work outside of the nightclub. You were one of my old students. Yeah, you said you're one of my old students. Mr. Lama. And I don't remember that much about you, man. It's been a long time. I remember your name. And I'm trying to recall you on the forum. I think you're on the forum, or were you on here? On YouTube? He goes, I don't like it when the girls just walk past me in public. Well, get over it. Okay? That's your ego. Control your ego. Let me think. Mr. Llama. Anyone else remember Mr. Llama from the forum? Let me know. I just remember the name because the name was odd. You know. Let me check. See what the comments are on the show. What's up, Remo? Thomas, higher calling equals food. Okay, you're hungry. Chris, hello, sir. First time I made it to a live show. Cool. Chris, I like you. You're a decent man. And thank you for the testimonial. Remo, Supreme, why do you think women so mad when you check them and they blow out? That one's really easy. Let me give you an analogy. If someone checks you, you get mad too, right? If you think women are going to just be passive, meek, and yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know better than that, brother. Especially when you deal with sisters. Looks like you must have checked somebody. Why do you think women? Because they're human beings too. They have egos as well. They have emotions. They're more emotional than we are. I saw myself doing that act. Can you guys see me? Sup, Supreme? No, you said I started late in the game. At what age did you notice you first started getting good in the game? You know, I never thought about it as the game until really I came online. I thought about it as the flow. I called it the flow in my late 30s, early 40s. I was so busy in my early 30s, you know, playing the game. I never really thought about this game, but when I noticed I started getting good was actually my late 30s because I have to discount my early years of fucking aerobic students. Then actually my early mid 30s. That's right, because I went to the club. But then I had dance game. I was a good dancer, so that attracted my pussy. So my real game didn't start growing until later on when they closed America Live and I started going out to other clubs on a regular basis. And then I had to learn, you know, I tried to go to like the 815 L Street. They had a club called 815 L Street. And they had their own little box. I wasn't one of their in people. But I got to know the bouncers there, so it started becoming cool. But, you know, get up on the box, doing the same thing I was doing at America Live. You know, danced up there on the box. But that was still dance game. But I had supreme confidence. I came off the box. The fastest number I ever got chick's number was we were leaving. I saw a chick checking me out. I called her over to me, and I got her number. Which number? It was that easy. So that was middle 30s. Then it got even, you know, I got even higher. The supreme confidence came when I was in this what was it, Starbucks, and this smoking hot Asian chick came in with this driving the sports car. And I had no issues with a hot chick. I noticed that all that residual shit was there was gone. Even clowned her, played with her. Remo, from my field report, I had a date planned with a female, and I told her where to meet me later than expected. Okay, I had a date planned with a female, and I told her where to meet me later than expected. I'm having trouble understanding what you mean later than expected. I'll go to the next one though. Rahul, how to stand out from other men in college. Okay, you want to stand out from other men in college? Get your body right. That will make you stand out. You're East Indian. There's going to be some genetic challenges that you're going to have, but hit that gym. Learn to dress better than other guys. Learn to have the better confidence than those other guys out there. That would make you stand out. Okay? That'll work with any men at any age. Remo, I told her that it didn't make sense. We already had made plans. From my field report, I had a date planned with a female, and I told her where to meet me later. Okay, I'll just cut off that last part. I told her where to meet me later. Okay. I told her that it didn't make sense. We already had made plans. She said I should have let her know in advance. I said, okay. I haven't heard from her since. So basically you text the girl, you guys already had plans, then you try to change the plans to meet her later. Meet her later than expected. So what did you say to her? You say, hey, I'm sorry, I got to change our time. Did you first do the common courtesy thing of saying, hey, I'm sorry, I got to change your time? Or did you do the Remo thing? Hey, maybe later. So let me know what happened, Remo. 25. So what helped you overcome shyness and gain that confidence in the beginning? Having confidence in myself. I learned to be a good dancer. That's where my confidence came from. That's why I said dance game. My confidence all in the fact, plus I was teaching aerobics. I had other females that wanted to drink my cum from a glass, okay, that worshiped me. So I took that out into the game, as you call it, the nightclub scene with me. Also into the streets everywhere I went. That's why I'm so insistent you guys build a team, even with Stardos. My first chick after I left my family was at Hot. Her nickname was Buzz. Back in the 90s. Actually, was that late 80s? Yeah, late 80s. The whole punk thing was in, so the side of her head was shaved, and she had that little thing, rooster cone on top. And she was just so looking. She's like a average chick. You know, she had a little bit of booty. She had booty, don't get me wrong. And she had nice little legs, nice calves. She had little duck feet. You know, these wide little brick feet. And she was short. Her mouth, she didn't have nice full lips. She was just okay. The good thing about her was she read sci-fi, which I did. You know, she wasn't hot. That was the first one. The second one, Susie, she was cute. She didn't have a big butt. She didn't even have big boobs. You know, she had a longer torso than her legs. The third one was hot. She won the Miss Physically Fitness contest in Sacramento. She wore mini skirts. They wore mini skirts back then. She had legs for days. She was 5'8". She was 5'8". Imagine that. And she wore heels and mini skirts. And she taught aerobics. I met her in a club. I told her I was an instructor. I started dancing with her. First time I saw her, she had another black dude. She was dating this other brother. And she didn't start dating brothers. Her boyfriend that she had for years, he was always a white guy because her father was a racist. Let's see. Remo. We were going to meet at 7:30, and I told her 6 p.m. So you're going to meet at 7:30, but you want it earlier at 6 p.m. Is that correct? No, I told her we were going to meet late. She said I didn't give her enough time to prepare and get ready. And I actually agree with her, man. I'm no feminine. You know I'm no fem dude. I'm no feminazi. I'm no feminized dude. You got to understand women. They may have other plans. MK Ultra had no problem rescheduling, but she'd been ignoring me since. So she's the one who told you. Is that it? I'm confused, man. We were going to meet at 7:30, and I told her 6 p.m. So you wanted to meet earlier, and you didn't give enough time to get ready, to put her face on and look good for you. And You had no problem rescheduling, but she got upset because you wanted to meet earlier. And it depends on how you approach the situation, Remo, as to why she's doing that. Obviously, you did the Remo thing that we've been working on. If you could go back and look at your text, you type your text message in there, or you can do the cut paste thing, put on the forum, and let me know, and I'll go take a look at it, and I'll share it with everybody. Where you went wrong, what caused the situation. In other words, what it's not to your benefit. So obviously something happened, and it was the wrong thing. What's up, Panini? I'm glad nothing but good people here. I'm draining that swamp there, brothers. As he said, draining the swamp. I'm going to steal that term. The swamp of YouTube. Okay, looks like I'm caught up. I'll go back to the comments. I'll be back in just a minute. Go ahead, feel free to type. I was looking at Professional's comments. He writes, I love East Indian women. I ruined the relationship I had with one. Like I said, player, I'm a long-time sub. I used to go by the name Mr. Llama. So you're East Indian, too. I thought he was black. This was last night, and said I remembered him, and I told him I got to get off YouTube with a deep passion. And he goes, sound like I'm scaring you off. And I said, no, dealing with the Trumper trolls. A1 Style says, preach on. Thank you, brother. That Donald Trump verified. I think that was the dude that was the, we're not African. If someone said that, yeah, I think that was him. Got to make sure I block this dude. Africa Twin, we take the road less travel. No, it's not him. So he's okay. I'm not just deleting Trumper comments, by the way, fellas, that come in, not knowing who I am, because they're the YouTubers. They don't know who I am. They don't know that I researched both sides, and I chose to put a vote for Hillary to stop just racism. I don't like Trump. I don't like Hillary. But the races on that side, I'll be on this side. Thank you very much. I lived through that shit growing up as a kid. And to the people think, you're scared. I'm not scared. Okay? Remember I said I'm a businessman? I work with white folks out there. White folks like me when I meet them. And I'm not, Uncle Tom in it. I do change the way I talk to white women. Like when I'm going out selling myself, I change the way I talk, and I know I'm a large black male. Like when I go into their shops and I'm trying to give them some flyers and stuff. I said I change the way I talk. That's sales. So I don't have a problem. I have a problem with racists, and I'm not afraid of them. Super Rick, man, this disgusts me. I believe I've done these. So there were some of the comments that I had not gotten to in the last couple of days. I want to address you guys, give you guys some love and attention. I put up a video asking how has my teaching affected your life, and thank you for you guys who were man enough to contribute and give back. I won't forget you. I took your comments and I put them on my fan page. Remo, yours is actually going to be seen by several thousand PUA dudes. Yours is now my ad. I tried to do a group ad, and there's someone at Facebook, any ad that I put up, they reject. I got to go appeal it. It gets approved. So I didn't bother appealing. I was just say went back and just recreated because maybe they didn't like something in there. I didn't get all. May haven't gotten all the words in the ad because I try to clean them up so they're more acceptable. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, he's going to put them up in the forum. Do it. Try and do it now, brother, so I can take care of this problem today. Dominic, yo, Supreme. Why does this one chick I'm trying to put on my team always ask about this other chick I used to talk to? She's insecure. Funny thing is, she's worried about the wrong female. Yeah. Let her keep thinking that, though. Don't turn her on to the right female. She's not gonna see you talk to that female. You know, she's worried about it. She might. Women are very catty. She might think that woman looks better than her, and she's a threat. Rahul, thank you, sir, for answering my question. Very welcome. Actually, Rahul Basavaraju. Rahul Basavaraju. Oh, I thought you were East Indian, but I don't know what kind of name that is. Basavaraju. Fala português? Brazil? Brazilian? Remo, I'm going to be famous. LOL. Yeah. Scout Chelsea. Supreme, how do you become absolutely positive where you feel nothing but happiness? You find your passion and start working your passion. That means what you do for a living, you'll find happiness. Or positivity. You said happiness, so where you feel nothing but happiness. In the beginning of me teaching, that's how I felt every day. YouTube, you know, YouTubers, people so big and bad behind their screen names and all that. And then also all the other stuff that I've had to deal with from the PUA community. That's what changed that for me, as I said before. But you find your passion and start working it, you will find happiness. I mean, what do you think keeps me coming back and even actually doing these free shows with you guys? Besides, it's a marketing thing. I end up talking to you guys for hours. It's passion. Passion for the game. Passion for teaching. Chris L. Storm, sir. By the way, I'm in a different time zone. It's 20:10 p.m. here. Let's see if 12 p.m. is 1200 hours. Okay, so it's evening time. I live in Bucharest. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's the capital of Romania. Salute! A country in Europe. You did me wrong, Chris. You act like I don't know where Romania is. In America, we know about Romania. We know about your famed Vlad the Impaler Tepest. One of your names, your country is Boban. I guess is a popular name. Romania is named after the Romans. A lot of you guys have Roman blood. I'm not an idiot. A country in Europe. English is second language for me. Well, your English is very good. I thought you were more to the west. I thought you were in like England because you're using, you know, what would be an Americanized name, Chris. To my knowledge, Romanians didn't have that name. I wasn't aware of that. But if that's your real name, I learned something. LL Storm, I'm not sure what that's from. I was thinking like Johnny Storm. Was that Johnny Storm or no? I don't know. Dominic, what's crazy is the chick is a dime. Dimes are very insecure, Dominic. You will learn that when you work with them. They're more insecure than the average chicks. Rahul, I'm East Indian. Oh, you are East Indian. Okay, I live in southern part of India. Ah, you actually live in India. You're coming to me from India. Very cool. Thank you once again, sir. Your English is very good, too. But I bet you have that accent. Either you have the British accent or you have the Indian accent. I'm from India. Scout Chelsea. Not making fun. I'm teasing. Scout Chelsea. I do follow my passion, but I feel like I'm surrounded by people who are not happy when I change. Those people will drain you. Look at me. You have to learn, and I should have known better. I should have practiced what I put out there. Psychic self-defense. Defend your psyche. Before I even come online and deal with even you guys. Because the negativity that you're living rubs off. The way you structure your words, it comes through in your words. The way what you talk about, that your life is miserable, it comes into me from that as well. And I didn't do any decompressing after I worked with fellows online. How do you feel about Facebook? Do you think it's a great tool for a player in the game? No. Because chicks will find you on Facebook. You got to use a fake name. You got to have a bunch of different accounts. You can't use your photo. They'll find your photos. Not a good tool if you're trying to do the low-level player thing. If you're a master player, you can use it to your benefit. But the chicks will start talking. It can blow up on you. Okay? Overall, I'd say not a good tool. Also, you're probably thinking to find chicks. And I wanted to put out a report. Facebook wouldn't allow me to do it anyway. I thought maybe we could advertise ourselves on Facebook. You can create a fan page and advertise yourself and only do it to women in your town. You can get that finite of a certain age that went to, a certain education, and have them like your fan page. And your fan page can be all about, anything. Your travels. That's one way that you can use to market yourself on Facebook. Create a fan page of you. My name's Chris Arnett, so mine would be Chris Arnett's fan page or whatever. And then just put, me going out to the club, me camping, me doing, public speaking. Here's my trophies that I've won, as you guys see behind me. Girls that like my page, and I put out, like my page type of ad, get page likes. The ones that would like my page, I can start having a conversation with. But all the others will see the conversation. You can do it privately though, message them, hey, thanks for liking my page. I see that you're about this. There are ways you can get around it if you use this. I'm glad you guys are listening. Travis, hey player, what's up, Travis? Travis goes on, my boys are calling me a coon for choosing white chicks. What should I do? Get new boys. Get new boys. Okay. If you have a fetish for white chicks, which I did, then get new friends. Or find friends who share the same lust. I started with white chicks. I only wanted black when I first, left my wife. But I was teaching aerobics, and there were no black chicks in aerobics. I'm having pussy thrown at me, and it was white chicks. That's how I got into white chicks. And where the black clubs were, I don't want to go in that neighborhood. We have the South area. I live in the South area now, but South Sac, they have this area called Stockton Boulevard. My dad lived on Stockton Boulevard, just about, and all the bars down there and shit. His band played in the clubs down there. And it was kind of like a little mini Chicago. You know what I mean? What about black on black crime? I went there when I was in high school because I looked older and I would get into the bars and stuff. Also when I was a young adult. Let's see. They also called me a coon for voting Trump. Okay, you're not my friend. But that's also who my parents supported. Yeah. We can't talk, man. Actually, there might be hope for you. You voted who your parents voted for. So your parents are the ones. And as said, no Trump talk in here. there, Travis. Nice sneaky way of coming about, introduce that to me. I don't appreciate that. Okay. But I want to ask you a question while you're here. And I'll do this only one time. You do know that Trump is a racist himself. That's undeniably proven. And you do know that the entire over 930 race organization are in strong support of Trump. You did know that, right? That you're siding with racist. Now you're young. You haven't experienced it. Your parents are probably younger too. They probably haven't experienced the stuff that I experienced as a kid. So they got soft. I'm talking to you, Travis. So you did know that the racists are on that side, and that's the side of the fence you're on, right? I just want to say that to one of these black dudes that did that. But sneaky way he came in trying to. Actually, I want to hear his comment before I block. So you get a chance to comment. I don't appreciate how you did that, but I'm going to turn around to my benefit. Okay, hates black guy. Now some real shit. Let you know, player don't like Trump supporters. You know, player. Yeah, he knew that. I don't like black Trump supporters. Well, I don't like people that got so deep into it that they're up Hillary's ass or up Trump's ass. I like awakened individuals who see the bullshit through the bullshit. And when they come in doing that shit, that's a mind-fucked individual. We can't talk. We can't communicate. There's nothing I can teach them because they're already mind-fucked. Their mind's already weak. I'm trying to give you guys strong minds. And a weak man and I have nothing in common with each other. So if that makes sense to you, then you understand where I'm coming from. Because I don't let Hill supporters, rant about Hillary. You don't ever see me do that. Let's see. Scout, did you find the deep hurt you experienced? Hold on. Wait a minute. See if he came back. Okay. He's not racist. He doesn't support niggas. Okay. This kid is actually... See, the reason why he voted for him, because he lacks knowledge of Trump's racism. And then he's going to come in and spout... that shit? Okay, he's gone. See, at first I thought he was just ignorant. It's already been proven that Trump was sued for racism. That's already been proven. It's already been proven that his father was a KKK and was arrested. So these idiots think that he learned peace and equality growing up. I see where he's came from, but let's get off Trump. No Trump shit. Panani, no Trump shit. Okay. I blocked him. He was sneaky, real sneaky. I don't like people that spout another man's gain. They don't realize they've been gained. I can see a white man. A white man can't vote for a woman. When they have that mentality. There are tons of white men that voted for Hillary, but when they have that mentality, that certain upbringing, it will not allow them to vote for a woman. Okay? I get that. As I said, I understood. And like Hudson says he's not a racist. He don't side with that. He thinks it's evil. But he's not spouting Trumpism. So I gave him the pass. He was talking intelligently. Now, let's get back to the real shit. Did you find the deep hurt you experienced in your youth to spur you in becoming a great player? How did you channel this energy possibly? I wasn't really necessarily deeply hurt. What turned me into a player was I gave you my progression of women. Buzz, Susie, then Susan. Susie, the night after I cheated, the night after I boned her, she was an aerobic instructor. Cute as fuck. Those girls just cute. And those big legs of hers. And short. Those big ass calves. I love women with calves. Anyway. She slept with her ex-boyfriend. She had broke up. They were in New York. She was there studying dance. She was also a dancer. Came back and to Sacramento, and was teaching aerobics for a living. She had her shit together too. She was, her income came from teaching aerobics, and then she was also working as a server somewhere. But she had her own little apartment, and the sex with her was phenomenal. I actually one time grabbed her underwear and just moved it in her, pulled up tight on her and moved it, and she had an orgasm. We could come together every time, fellas. Imagine that. Coming together every time. With Susan, she was taller, pretty. It was a struggle. It was a fucking struggle every time, So, anyways, it hurt me a little bit, and I said, two could play that game. So I went out and met Susan. I dated them both openly. Openly dated the two of them, and they competed like a motherfucker. So I didn't have any deep hurt, okay? I channeled that positively at that time into becoming a player. Now, I did have deep hurt in my early 40s. I had a chick that was 17 years younger than I was, and this Mexican chick hairdresser that I boned. I was trying to hook my boy Craig up with her. I videotaped us having sex, all that kind of fun stuff. Back then those little mini D cameras were popular, coming out. Anyways, oh man, fuck, memories. I had sex with her a couple times. I didn't want to make her my girlfriend. She already knew I had a girlfriend. She was the bad thing I did was her shop was near my shop, and my girl she would see her come to pick me up all the time. So she saw her at the grocery store when I told her that she had sex with me, and that girl was so insecure that she was jealous of girls in the fucking magazines, bodybuilding magazines. She would get all fucked up in the head, and we broke up. And I actually wanted to settle down with her, but I was afraid because she was that much younger than me. And I don't want to get old where I couldn't attract women. Because that's what I thought. I'll get old and I'll be helpless. And I'm never going to be under a woman's beck and call. So that was the deepest hurt. I've had other hurts. Girls find out that I really liked that I'm a player. The Tanya one, that was painful on some levels. Actually, pretty much all of them had a little bit of pain to them when we'd break up. I was a player, but I always replaced. I always had someone to replace them with to channel that pain. Okay, that's why I'm so insistent. You guys get a couple girls. Supreme check form. I just posted. Okay, thanks. Let me take care of this real quick. Dominic, I've noticed that I don't see many black chicks in the gym. I'm seeing more. Panani Trump is okay. Hey, it's a black guy. First, I was going to support Trump in 2015 until he started using racist for his campaign. Then I withdrew my vote. Yeah, I feel you. Was going to vote for Gary Johnson, Libertarian. Me too. Until he choked up. Yeah, they need to get someone better. Mario, last night, one of the chicks invited me to a wedding reception. Later throughout the night, I caught her holding hands with some dude at the reception party. Really? I checked her when we got back to me house. Me house? Eat me spinach. Now she's crying and pleading for forgiveness. Fuck that. Fuck her, but never forgive. Make her suck your dick, but never forgive. Never forget. She was holding a dude's hand. Fuck that. No, fuck that. Seriously. How should I address the situation going forward? I cut her off. Should I cut her off completely? No. She's still got some play left in her. She can still do things for you and work for you. Okay? Like Jovina. Remember the story of Jovina? Leaving, she scratched that dude's chest and said, bye. Yeah, buddy. And he was a lesser player. He never got to the MAC game, never got to the pimp game. A lesser player. Well, you got all this. I was in good shape back then. No. No. Here's a black guy I know. Don't cut her off. Teach her what you want. Sit her down, have a talk to her. Don't go off though. You shouldn't have went off. You gotta remain cold. That's where Rosebud's The American Pimp, where he says, well, he talks about checking your hoe. You better keep coming up with shit. Yeah, but something, let's see. Be cold. I did a video on, or a podcast show on my site. Be cold. And I translate it to player terms. You know, there's no such thing as a cold player. You're playing the game. You're not pimping chicks. Those are women that have a self-destruct thing going on. The majority of them were sexually abused by either their fathers or someone close to them. And they feel like shit. That's wallowing in shit. So you got to be cold. But with us players, we're dealing with normal chicks. But in this situation, that's where you got to learn to be cold. Okay? You got to shut down. And then, like a business, when an employee does some behavior that's bad, only thing that's the cutting line for me is if they fuck someone else. You let another man in my house? No. And Susan did that. The one that I kept for 8 years. I was so deep in the player game, I really laughed at her. But it did hurt. I laughed in her face. Actually, I found out in bed after I'd fucked her. I said, you know, what happened to you last night? Where were you? And then ended up, she went to, it was on the Seattle Sonics. He was played for the Seattle Sonics. That's all, you know, the level she rolled at. I don't remember his name. I know his name. Then I got that bitch ass in his room. Was he bigger than mine? Was he bigger than me? I was in my early 30s. Was it bigger than mine? And she said it's in proportion. He's like 6'8". So, anyways, don't ever do that. I learned from that one. Don't ever do that. Let's see. So hope that helps, Mario. Keep her on the team. Make her perform for you because she's gonna want to, you know, make up. Dick suck. I always did dick suck, then some ass fuck. Get some pain because you're trying to give me pleasure, and you know, doing up the ass is just nothing but pain. Unless you know, and Susan could, you know, she wasn't a clit woman. She was vaginal. 25% of women, they only get vaginal orgasms, and that's if only if her head was right. So what I learned with her was passion worked. With her, I started to become, well, actually with Susie. No, forget it. But I really learned how to use passion with girls like that. It's a black guy. I know a white man wouldn't vote for a woman. Ain't gonna ever happen. Actually, a lot of white men did vote for a woman. But the white men with that mentality, okay? And they also forgive Trump for all the stuff that he, you know, that came out. Chris, let me go to my forum and see what Remo has. Because I know he's patiently waiting. Thank you, Remo. Okay, Remo. Did I check her? Uh-oh. I hope that you didn't blow shit up, man. Okay, so I had a date planned with a girl a week prior, and she flamed out on me after I told her where to meet late. It's a short exchange, so check it out below and tell me where I went wrong. That's the advantage of being inside my house. There are other players in there. They can give them direction as well. Me, afternoon. We still on for tonight? We were going to meet at 7 p.m. Communication should have occurred also with her throughout the week. Don't just set up something and then talk to that day. Never do that. I don't know if you do that or not, Remo. I don't know. But you should be doing some information gathering, some communication, a little bit of mind fucking. Just something to keep her mind stimulated on you. Okay? And no, it's not needy. No, you're black. Never mind, you don't have that bullshit P-Ways have. Isn't that needy? Her, yes. Where were we thinking? She said we. Okay, I get that. I pick up on those things. Me, I'll let you know in a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. I'll let you know in a little bit. You should have a plan as a man. You should have had a plan. And it should have been like, hey, let's hook up at blank, blank, blank. What time is good for you? You know, or is 6 p.m. good for you, or would another time be better? That's how your game should have been. Okay? But Supreme, I thought you would... I don't know this bitch. I don't know the female. Okay? I haven't conquered her yet. I haven't fucked her yet. Okay? We got to schmooze them in. We got to be polite. We got to be normal males. Not these new fuckers running around that saw that movie about the bondage shit. As you know, a lot of black chicks ain't into that shit. A lot of black chicks ain't into being tied up, spanked, all that kind of stuff. And you know how sisters are. So would it have been better if you had typed that versus what you typed? Look at how, again, back engineer from a woman's point of view. Okay? That's why I try to get you guys to step in their shoes. That way you could navigate your way in there like a worm, like a snake, like the snake in the Garden of Eden. Now I'm going to get biblical on you guys. It's Sunday. Like a low-down, dirty snake in the grass. Her. Me. After this, I was getting home from playing basketball and was looking up some ideas what to do. That should have been done. That was your fault. That should have been already handled. You know, take those dates seriously, man. Me, comedy club. Time 6. That's a good date. 6 p.m. That would be a great date, actually. I called her and left a message since she didn't answer. Okay. Her, sorry, Mr. Call. Was hoping to get an answer sooner. Not going to be able to do tonight. So what she told you, here's what she's saying to you. Motherfucker, you called me too late. You should have called me sooner. Your fault. She's put the shit on you. I don't agree with that, but she's put the shit on you. Again, we have to back engineer. Me, okay, so I'll cancel the plans I made. Me, I already made reservations for an event. If you had made other plans, you could have at least let me know in advance. So, this is one of Remo's patented snippy responses. Because he's mad. If he had handled this the right way, this never would have happened. You guys see that? Going back to what this is why I teach this texting stuff. And I'm helping my guy back engineer. Okay? Women. I need to do just a basic communication with women. Have you guys, you know, in my course, have you guys bring all your fucking texts in there and let's back engineer and teach you how to do this shit the right way. So you can prevent this stuff. Her, I understand that, but you also have to tell me with enough time for me to get ready and do everything else in advance. Well, let me explain to you. Jovina! Come here. Come here. Get the look off your face.
Huh?
Come here.
Oh, Jesus.
All broke down.
It's still killing me. I don't know what you did.
No jokes for you. I'm trying to get Remo to understand when a woman gets ready for something, she needs time in advance to know. And, you know, he was out playing basketball. He had thought of a place to go. He texted a girl, and she had made other plans or whatever. She said, you know, basically it blew up. So what does a woman have to go through when you're like quick change artist? Like on a slippery slope.
Everyone's different, but most women do take several hours to get ready.
Yeah. It takes women several hours to get ready, as you heard from Jovina. Okay. Now, Jovina, she's quick change. She doesn't wear a lot of makeup. Put some lip gloss on and some tight jeans and her push-up bra back then, you know, with her little spaghetti tops, and she was jiggling out the door. Right? That was you back then when I met you.
Jiggling out the door?
Yeah, T's always jiggling. She had little bees or little bouncing things, you know.
At least
yeah.
At least that way you know they're real.
Yeah, that's true. But most women, and most women I've been with, actually, there were some girls I dated that didn't take hours. I rented those that took hours. They had to put the whole war paint on. Case in point, the MAC makeup chick.
Oh, they're the worst.
They're the worst.
It takes them just two hours just for the makeup alone.
Just for makeup alone.
And that's not picking out an outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Showering, doing their hair.
And with sisters, you know, the sister cares about her looks. She's going to put herself together there, Remo. I'm helping you back engineer where she's coming from, why this blew up on you. So you got to learn to handle shit like a man. Have that shit planned in advance, what you want to do. You had all week to do that. You did last minute, so you got last minute results. Okay? Me, okay, the event isn't until 9, but I understand you. Yep, it's for later. And it's 6 p.m. Okay, now I'm seeing something different here. So he was trying to set a total comedy club for 6 p.m. And now I see that it actually was for 9 p.m. He's probably typing, it was for 9 p.m. It's for 9 p.m. You didn't see that? I'm just reading down the list. Okay, you know, down this. So she could have.
Did he give her though?
It's 6 p.m. 3 hours. That would have been enough for a sister got ready, right? And then get on the train to show up.
It depends on the person.
Have her dinner.
Literally take longer than 3 hours to get ready.
Yeah, there are, but she probably wasn't like that. So my question to Remo now is: did you keep her mind stroked up and keep her excited on it? Looked like she was ready in the morning. Something happened during that daytime. Something better came through. That could have happened. You know, some other dude, and she canceled with him, and could have started an argument, or you know, get a little snippy. We're going to meet at 7:30, and I get it now. So he schedules. So they're supposed to meet at 7:30, and then he puts it at 9, and she used excuse of trying to get ready. That's not high interest level. Okay. Well, Supreme, you should have read the whole thing.
Oh my God.
I don't read the whole thing. I read down. After that, she's pretty much ignored me since then. You could have changed your responses. That's totally your response there. You did the Remo. You still did the Remo thing. Didn't really think I was not being understanding, so I'm not sure how that caused the blowout. Again, this female doesn't know you jack from Adam. She has nothing invested in you. Nothing. All it takes is with, especially no sisters, one little snippy little thing. Oh, that's how this motherfucker is. Well, he'll be worse in the future. And you know you will be worse in the future. You know you are, Remo. So she took the easy way out to prevent the future Remo from coming out on her. This is one of those females I met a few weeks ago that I thought was pretty cool, had fun conversation with. Oh well, looks like I'll just have to learn from this. So now that I see the whole thing, again, that should have been handled early. You should have been talking to her. I think you said you might have been talking to her. I hope you were during the time period, so that when that day came, but that should have been known. Okay, I'm thinking comedy club. The day before it, preferably. You know, what do you think about that? Be open. Women will go for events that males suggest, by the way. Okay, I want to go to the comedy club. You want to come? Or hey, I'm thinking the comedy club, and tell her who's playing. Okay, but you wait till the last day, not to put you down. to do it. I'm just showing the mistakes that were made here. Okay. You suggest something later. Do you ever think she might have had something planned for later also? Just put that out there also. If she went to the comic club at 9, what time is she going to get home? Is there another dude? You know, there's always other dudes, you know, ringing them up. Is another dude going to be looking for her? Is she supposed to go over to another dude's place later on? She could have did a date with you at 7:30 and figured she, okay, I could be home by 9 and then off to something else. And I hope this motherfucker don't get snippy. Okay. So, again, we're looking at the big picture of what's really going on. And to me, it looks like she may have had something, you know, else come up or planned or decided, you know, later's not working because I got other shit going on. And the correct response would have been, okay, I understand. Maybe another time. That way you don't cut off the avenue. Okay? Because with women, you're competing to get inside that pussy. Remember, there's always other dudes. There's always other dudes, especially online, that she's dealing with. Don't think you're the only one. Don't think she's sitting around waiting for, which I know you don't. You don't have that problem. But other guys out there, don't think that a woman's sitting around waiting for you to come up with. Jovina. Coffee? More coffee. Don't think that they're sitting around just waiting on you. Don't think they don't have other options. Females have options. We're the ones sitting around trying to become one of those options. That's the fucked up part of the game that we got to learn to deal with, okay? Let's learn to back engineer and see what our words effect will have until we get the pussy. At least get the pussy first. Then let your Remo personality come out. And start, you know, doing the snippy stuff. That we know, you and I know that you have this tendency to do. I already made reservations for the event. I wouldn't have said it, so I'll cancel the plans I made. I wouldn't have said that. Sorry, Mr. Call, hoping to get an answer sooner. See, I would handle things earlier. Not going to be able to do tonight. My answer would have been, okay, thank you. Maybe some other time. And I would be done with her, personally. I wouldn't text her back. I'd wait for her to text me. Okay? I will not text back after something like that. You lost your chance with me. I give them one chance. And they lost their chance. She lost her chance. Let her text you next. You got weak by texting her back. And it shows your weakness in your words. Okay, so I'll cancel the plans I made. Don't ever do that one like that, man. And then I believe you're probably yelling right now. I already made reservations for an event. If you had other plans, you got mad and came back with that one. And then she was trying to be, you know, non-snippy, I think. I understand that, but you also have to tell me with enough time for me, which doesn't make sense. That's her excuse, I think, Julian. Then you kept trying. Okay, the event isn't until 9 p.m., but I understand you. All it took was, I'm not going to be able to make tonight. I don't want to know. I don't want to guess. I don't want to think about it. You know, I don't want to know. That's your life. You chose something else. You didn't choose me. I'm off. This is the same situation that PUAs go through where they can't take rejection and they want to keep trying and stuff. Okay, let's get back to the live. I'm back, sir. Chris says, I wasn't here last 5 minutes. Had to use the bathroom. Last thing I heard, you asking about my name. Yeah, is your name Chris? Real name Chris? And I wasn't aware that they use that name. And you'll watch the show, Chris Elstorm. I gave you some of your history. You act like I didn't know anything about Romania. Roma. I know the Italians conquered, and that's where your name really comes from. Panini football, Mrs. Clinton would have been an American Thatcher. Yeah, enough of her. My full name is Christian. Oh, okay. The Romanian version of the name Chris. So outside Romania and all over the internet, I just introduce myself as Chris, short for Christian. Yeah. That's actually a Latin name, I believe. Look up the name Chris and Christian. It means Christ-like, and I believe it was the Latinized. And your Latin culture, and you notice there are I've seen some Romanians. They were like really brown. I guess they were gypsy. The gypsies out there, the brown gypsies or something. Let's see. It's easier to pronounce for people, and I like the name Chris. I hate my name. I would have preferred Christian or Christopher. I actually like Christian better, but I'm not a Christian. That's not true. I am a Christian in the religious sense, but Scout Chelsea Supreme, do you advise on starting over fresh, getting rid of every negative people influence your life, having a fresh start in the game? Yes. Yes, I do. Why would you want to drag negativity around? Even family members. You got to distance yourself from family members, as you've seen me do. I will probably go to my older brother is the same as my mom. They're both very negative. And we don't communicate very much. But I think I did a video on this. My dad's family found me. I have so many fucking cousins. I had no idea. There's all these people on my Facebook account that I'm now talking to as of yesterday. Yeah, it happened yesterday morning. I'm blown away. I thought I was alone. I knew I had a cousin named Leroy, or Lee, not Leroy, but Lee Arnett. He passed away, and I've got a half brother from my dad, and that was it. And I had a cousin, Nishman, that died of AIDS, and I met his sister. But that was it. And I had a cousin, Alberta. Bam! They all found me. We're going to have a family reunion. And now I can be like Jovina with all of her fucking cousins. You know, half the fucking Portuguese halls are related. Either Nevis side. Scout Chelsea, I can't go on with a resentful attitude outside and expect to get good things coming my way. I agree. If you have that attitude, it's going to bring other stuff to you. People will start talking shit, other negativities that come to you. Margo says, thanks. You're welcome. Chris, as for LL Storm, just a nickname. I figured that. Picked up over the years. Gotcha. Panini football. I just used Matt on forums and chat because that easy part of the first name. Gotcha. Lexman, hey, what's up, Supreme? Good to be here. Hey, Lexman, what's up? Let's see. Hey, it's a black guy. I disagree, Supreme. I got invited to a black BDSM group on Facebook. There's a lot of submissive women there. Trust me, you're wrong. I delved into BDSM. I delved into swing. There's blacks there too. They're not a large percentage of that population, there, brother. Okay. I know about the blacks. Also, I was on that Collar Me. I saw sisters there. Now, what you did was you found a black group where they all came together, but they all live in different little parts of the country. Okay. You go to any of the meetings here or anything like that, the swingers stuff, you'll see a few blacks, unless it's sponsored by a black. And at Trino's, the swingers club, the swingers were like half and half. There was a lot of whites, there were a lot of blacks. They were doing swinging. Panini football. On chat room and forums, I use, yeah, okay, did that. Chris hates a black guy. Oh, yes, did you hook up with any of the females in that BDSM group? I'm kind of curious too. That's not my flow, but there are people that actually get off on that. I'm going to do a field report on, not a field report, but a special video on the fellow on my forum that's deep into it. These females are fucking hot. And he's a Chinese man, almost 50 years of age, in Canada. If you're on my forum, it'd be worth just the cost of the $5 to go see what this fella has to say. I think I did talk about that yesterday. Panini. One thing women love is men who listen. It's no good if the woman says you're not even listening to me. Yeah, that's pretty true. Very true. Chris is talking to Panini. Curtis, what's up, Supreme? What's up, Curtis? Lexman, Supreme, check out what this whole thinks about coffee dates. Maybe you can talk to your viewers about the types of females in another video. Videos called Coffee First Dates Are a No-No. Those are women that want to get taken out and fed. They want you to pay for it. I ain't even got to see the video to know that, just by the fucking title. Those are the hoes. And I don't do YouTube, man. I'm not floating around looking for answers. I'm giving answers. Curtis, quick update. I'm having fun. Now, I love meeting new women. Just the process itself is exciting, and testing them. It's just entertaining for me now, seeing what they're about and watching the game work through me. Good. Hey, it's Black Guy. You're right, though. I was fucking around at Chris. I haven't seen any in Columbia, South Carolina yet. All from Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. Also, the down low is in a big down low city, Atlanta, Georgia. The forum is a gold mine, fellas. Curtis came to the forum. He came to the school. It is a gold mine. I used to wonder why people dug through all the old posts. Now I get it. They're mining for gold. Okay. Remo. Fucked up situation. I wouldn't call her back or text her back. Let her text you in the future. Okay. This will be done. Okay. Like you said in your post, this will be done. She's had other shit going on. But hopefully you learned how I would have actually handled this situation in advance. Some mind fucking over the week. You should know what she does for a living. You should know. You should have been getting some of that basic life story stuff. If I don't set dates up for a week in advance, if that's what you did, I don't know. Let's see. Let me go back up to the top. So I had a date planned with the girl a week prior. Yeah, you did the prior thing. In the future, try not to do that. You could meet during the weekdays. And I know that your circumstances are different. Your dad lives with you, and all that. And it's New York. I get that. But try to set shit up, close by. Don't push it out a week. Because remember, there are other dudes up in their grill. Try to seal that deal as quickly as possible, okay? Sorry I took so long to read down it. As you saw me do, I took one line at a time, interpreted it, then got the whole picture and gave you my analysis. And now still saying, we got to do better at setting our dates. We got to do better with the snippy stuff that you don't think is snippy. Like after she said, I gotta bail, you should have just said, oh, well, thanks. Maybe next time. And then done with it. Going back is on the snippy side. Okay, the event is until 9 p.m. But I understand you. That's on the weak side as well, okay? All right, where was I? Chris says, yeah, if the girl ain't choosing, then she's losing. Damien, how you doing, Supreme? I'm doing fine, Damien. Ambrosio. That's interesting. Damien Matamoros Ambrosio. Where you from, Damien? Is that your real name or is that just a screen name? You're using 3 names, so I'm thinking it might be your real name. But don't know. Chris says if girls don't put out, then they should get out. Or we should figure out how to get them to put out, Chris. We should figure them out. That's why you always want to figure female out. How to push your buttons. What buttons to push. How to push them the right way. The soft way. Like a snake. Mexico. Yeah, it's my name. Gotcha. So that's a Spanish name. Otherwise your name would be like Quetzalcoatl. Scout Chelsea, how do you grow your charisma? What's the main key to take? I actually put out a product on that. You should be in my store. How to develop your charisma. Chris did a little joke there, but it's true, also true. He goes, Damien goes, I live in the USA for 13 years now. Gotcha. You're not illegal, are you? You guys got to... Nah. I think Trump's all full of fluff. Here's a black guy. Player, what's your view on the rough senator for Florida telling White House staff to sterilize White House after Trump gets in because of Obama? You know what my views on that, same as yours. I think that's why they allow trash in, because those people really view having a black family in there, and this has been the best family. Except for a few fuck ups of his daughter, but you know, great family. I admire them, but because they're black. That's that whole color thing, that whole race thing. Keep the pure, the white race pure. Those people want the white race pure. The purity of the white race. Those little dick fuckers. Huh?
No such thing as pure.
Yeah, you're right. No such thing as pure. Damien. Yep, my family name is Spanish, means more killer. Well, you guys didn't do too goddamn good at killing Moors when we conquered you. My second last name is Italian. Matamoros. Ah, gotcha. Matamoros. The Moors. Blacks. So, do you want to scare me? You want to come in and try to scare me? He goes, no. Trump's boys don't scare me. He's a black guy. I have the link because I can't post it. There are a lot of people going against this guy. A rough Florida, man. Come on. You know Florida. Hope he doesn't get senator for Florida. Yeah, I hope not. He fucked up. Now these guys are becoming bold. Even David Duke is signing up to go for an office in his state, Louisiana. Supreme, I gave a chick my number. Scout asks or says, and she didn't call or message me. But I still, you notice I paused there because I'm in shock that you actually said that, Scout. But I still keep seeing her coming in where I am. Is she choosing or just doesn't care?
She's waiting for your call, fool.
Did you hear what Jovian said? She's waiting for you to call, fool. I'm going to go Mr. T on some of you guys. You fool! Pity the fool! And yeah, you're a fool. Scout. Sorry. No, That's some bitch assness, brother. You sitting there like a bitch waiting for a female to call you? You're not trying to call her and put your game up in her face, in her mind? Please tell me you're not serious. We're men here. Come on. You're making my nuts curl up inside my body, and I want to run from the room screaming. Take your phone out right now and give her a text message. Just say, what's up? This is whatever your name is from the other day. Okay? Do it right now. Supreme, I gave my chick to a number. She didn't call or message me.
Wait.
Yes.
I know you can't see what I'm doing, but
Scout Chelsea. Stop making my head explode, man. Come on, guys. Stop that shit. Dominic David Duke. Oh, shit. Yeah. David Duke. David fucking Duke. He actually, after Trump won, he went down there. Yeah, Madam Morse says, yeah, Moors were blacks. It's weird because Spanish speakers think they're Arabs. Later, they were. They also call them Gitanos, gypsy, for some weird reason. A lot of ignorance, yeah. As you know, they conquered Portugal as well, and they left their blood in the Spaniards. You're Mexican. They brought that blood over here. I think that's why a lot of Mexicans, if you watch the DNA on YouTube, I haven't seen one that didn't come back with 3%, 4% black blood. I know they released a lot of slaves in Mexico. You probably have it yourself. Go get a DNA test. You're part black. I know the slaves got busy fucking, and I know that your second president was half black, El Presidente. I know about John Horse taking, the Seminoles and the black Seminoles down there, and then coming back. I know of Yanga down in Mexico, in the town of Veracruz, or the state of Veracruz, and there's a town there where his statue is. Yanga was a freed slave that helped fight for your independence. A lot of you guys have black great-grandmothers or great-grandfathers, and you didn't realize it. It's good that you actually have enough intelligence to realize that they were black. The Moors were black. When Tyreek conquered, he brought over 2,000 blacks with him and only 200-something Arabs. Portuguese, Jovina's people, they like to, her brother and them think, well, they were Arabs. And it was painful for them to learn that they were black. And they ruled there for 700 fucking, and they were fucking years. I even know the DNA on the continent, 12% are carrying African DNA in the north because it got stopped by France. And 26% in the south of Portugal are carrying African DNA. I don't know the DNA of Spain, though. Wasn't my interest. I should look it up. But I think that's where that recent African DNA, because even Venezuela, this chick did her DNA in Venezuela, and it came back black. Way the fuck down there. What the fuck? Let's see. Scout Supreme. I also asked out a classmate on Facebook. She didn't respond. Are you in high school? I'm not the talkative, if you want to say type, and given the only black person in my class makes it harder for me to be my... Okay, you're also hoe chasing. I don't do hoe chasers here, man. That's cold approaching. I go by the game that works. Christian, how did hand-to-hand start out in the game? Was he shy or something? No, he wasn't really shy. I don't know his past. I know that when he came to my forum, he started building himself. We're talking about the Chinese guy that became a pimp up in Canada. And if you look at his photos, all his females were drop dead fucking white guy smoking hot. Actually, I like his females too. I bone the fuck. I go bone happy. But for someone Chinese, you know, I'm in America. Things are different up there a little bit, but not much. To get that much game, I'm impressed. And he talked about mind fucking. He mind fucks his females. He learned that whole concept. Chris, I think Sicilians in Italy have African blood in them. They're not in Italy. They're on the island of below Italy, and they don't call themselves Italian, and yes, they do. The Moors, actually Africans got there too. There's a Sicilian, as I said, that's on YouTube that tells you his roots. And other Sicilians, they came out against him, yelling, "Stop, shut up. You know what I'm talking about." He got it from his grandmother, the history. And there are Sicilians who are pale, though, because they've been interbred with, white or white Italians from the north. In the south, they're much darker skinned because that blend over from Sicily, and also Rome had black people in Rome. It was a multicultural nation, just like the Greeks had. So there was Septimus Servus, who was a black general for Rome. We have Saint Maurice, who was a general for the Roman army, and he was sent to Sweden to stop the uprising. And he found out they were Christians like him, so he refused. So Rome cut his head off. Matamoros, you know a lot. Wow. You read real Mexican history. I'm sure I do have some African DNA from my father's side. They were from Zaragoza 4 generations ago, and my mom's family was from Genoa, Italy, supposedly. Yeah. You might come back like 1% then. Hey, but you know what they say in America? One drop. That's how idiot Americans are. The country that you live in now, that's how stupid they are. If those racists in the South and a geneticist from London or England tested them, they all came back with African DNA. All the white folks. All the black folks had European DNA. What happened back then, Matamoros, was if you ever watched the movie Django, the scene with Big Daddy where they go to his house. See, I pay attention to everything. I fucking see everything. I'm like a fucking Sherlock Holmes. It doesn't shut down. So I saw this little white girl playing an instrument. I'm like, where the fuck she come from? There's no white women. He's fucking up with black chicks. And then I realized they were fucking, and the DNA or the family history of J. Edgar Hoover will prove this. They would fuck the offspring, who's biracial. They fucked that offspring as well. They had no shame because they thought they were less than human. They didn't call them their kids. But they came out whiter and whiter. And that's where that little girl came from. That's why we have whites in the South who don't realize they have black ancestry. J. Edgar Hoover. He hid his. There's an excellent video on YouTube. Black folks, we know what went on back then. And his biological father, because his mom had an affair with a very light-skinned, that means that man was carrying a lot of European DNA, blood. We see light-skinned brothers who mate with the white folks. Those kids come out different. Even my own family, from my grandpa, my little brother's kids, they don't look like regular mulattoes. Their hair is straighter. Let's see. Game. Christian, you said you have to find your style of game. How does one do that? You take what I teach, Christian, and you incorporate it into your own style. You're kind of a nerd, a geek. So incorporate what I teach into your geekdom until you can drop that nonsense and become just a little more relaxed and develop your own style. Don't use my exact words. Use words that you would use. That's how you find your own style. Christian. Remember I asked about mirroring women? I don't remember that. Are there any topics related to that I can learn from you? Mirroring is from NLP. They found with sales, because that's how this whole NLP thing started. If you're in a sales situation and you mirror if the guy is like this that you're talking to, you know these close off. So you do the same thing. Eventually you take over and actually start to lead him, and he'll subconsciously follow you. So mirroring women is to create rapport. If she uses her hands a lot, you start to use your hands a little bit more. If she's like this, you go like that. Yeah, you're right. Okay? Chris, ancient Romans were colorblind back then. They didn't even have the concept of race. Racism came from white people. Racist came from white people. The idea of race came from white people because there was a German, started with a guy named Linné, that started to classify people that. But that's what allowed your race, Chris, because you're part of the white race, to get to the top. You guys came together on that white banner. Nowhere on the world, except in America, is it most dominant. White power! Pure the white race! I like to make fun of those idiots. One drop, interesting, is different from Mexico. Here, you would just be considered mestizo. Here, you're over here now. You're not over there. You mean there, you'd be considered mestizo. Yeah. Well, right now, you'd be considered a Mexican. That's all. You know what they call Mexicans? Christian, since I stuttered, you said don't talk so much. How can I do this without being creepy and introvert? Don't talk so much till you learn how to control it. Okay? Your goal, though, is not to keep stuttering. Your goal is to actually get that fixed. I asked you to have your mama get you some therapy for that. And I think you said you were in that. How's it going? Don't know what shock happened to you in your life that created that event where you stuttered? I don't know what caused mine when I was a younger adult. When I was a kid, in other words. I don't know. It might have been, I was getting therapy as a little boy. Something to do with my dad. My dad wasn't always nice. I know he was frustrated because my mom forced him to get married. Back then, if you're a serviceman, you got a woman pregnant, you married her. And she literally got pregnant with me. And she left. I'm not going to whine about it. I know what she was doing. Her technique was, okay, I'm taking off. You take care of the baby. And my dad gave me to her sisters, her twin sisters. So he might have been, his issues about that. But every time he came around, I would shake. I would get nervous. At one point, when I was really young. But I don't remember that. She was taking me to the doctor. They took a thumb out of my ass. I'm screaming like a bitch. Don't remember anything. She said that's what she said. I don't know if it's true because I remember laying on his lap and him scratching my back, and I was really close to him. But something caused me to start stuttering. It might have been because in the service every couple of years, we had to get up and move and change schools. And I became very shy and introverted. And shy and introverted people, as we try to speak, we get nervous. That's all I can think of. He goes, I'm in it. It's good. Good. Keep learning. We don't even need to discuss it because you're actually on the right path. Moses, how do I increase my energy? What type of energy, Moses? If you're talking about physical energy, change your diet. Get rid of the heavy carbs. They slow you down. Eat more vegetables and protein, sparingly on protein. Per meal, you actually only need 32 grams per meal. But if you're lifting weights, you will need more of those meal replacements throughout the day to keep what's called a positive nitrogen balance to keep the muscles growing. Chris, I was thinking the other day how racism just might be a form of control meant to divide us. It is. I talked about it years ago. The people that run the planet got your race to hate on my race. I never get the whole focus on the whole just hate black stuff. But it's a great form of control. Keep those people in control. Look at the Trumpers. Actually, I'm gonna call them rumpers, because all about the ass. It's a form of control meant to divide us, to make us weaker. Yeah, and that's what it does do. There have been people trying to think that I don't know that and come in and talk about this shit, but no, I already know that. Like Hitler used it to create hate to control German people. Exactly. Exactamundo. Christian, when children in the process of learning to talk, they do vocal play, and parents tell the children to stop. My mom told my older brother, if you keep my older brother used to be a chatterbox apparently. She told him, if you keep talking, people ain't gonna like you. Then he had a seizure. His brain was super high functioning. There are some high functioning people that brains get so active that they heat up and they have seizures. He had that, a grand mal seizure kid. Never had him again after that, but he came out and he couldn't talk. And he's that way today. Same seizures my mom had, but she won't shut up. Hers must have actually activated her motor mouth because she's a female. Moses, I stopped smoking and tried to stop jacking off. It's kind of hard. It is very hard. It is very hard. I've been there. And I've got a female. Had females back then. Abraham Lincoln was the first gay president. There's plenty. I don't even want to talk about that, man. I do know that he might have had black blood. In fact, they called him the Negro president when he was running. A lot of people don't know that. His mother might have been a Melungeon. She might have been, because he was very dark. Nobody knew where it came from except his mom. And she had that kind of coloring. And they don't know her background. Melungeons are the result of, a lot of people don't know American history, but they were actually black males and white women. It wasn't the other way around. It wasn't white men and black women. It was black men and white women. Remo, bookmark the page, the chain, break the chain, it helps. Bookmark the page, break the chain, it helps. You visualize your goals of doing something consecutive days. Angela, I noticed cold showers give you some energy. Damien, interesting thing about the caste of race concept, the Spanish actually learned it from the Moors. Moors had something called caste of profession. Depending on your profession, you would have a different status. Italy had that as well. Also, that whole caste thing, it's been there for thousands of years, similar to what you're talking about in India. Christian Wolf. In Convo, I know to ask questions, dig deeper into responses. I'm going to give you some personal advice. I don't want you to dig deeper into responses because you're going to be thinking too much. I want you to learn to be an active listener. Go Google that. Go watch videos. Your key to success will be learning to become an active listener. So you ask the right questions. That's all you would need to focus on, becoming a real listener. Stop worrying about her being a female. Like, you have no trouble talking to me. You're talking to me right now, right? Are you nervous? Are you stutter? Would you stutter? We've been on these live calls before where you actually could be heard. So, every now and then you stutter, but you put too much into the power of the pussy and your fear of the pussy. I don't know if it's because you're whatever happened to your father. Your mom's an attorney. Where the fuck is your father? Christian? Where in the hell is your daddy? Boy, I'm not your daddy. Seriously, where's your daddy at? Moses. I mean, how to get out of a low vibration. Thank you for more information, Moses. Okay. You're in low vibration because of the quality of your beliefs, your belief system. You've got to learn to change your belief system. And I got a product on that. Go to my store. Fuck, it's not my store. I got to clean this shit up. I got to really, really drain my own swamp. Yeah, I'll take care of that. I'll put it up in the store in the next day or so. I apologize. But basically, you got to change your belief system. Obviously, you're low vibration because you allowed or gave root to certain beliefs that don't benefit you, that don't teach you, that's not a positive. Jovina, your brother's supposed to clean up the side of the house. He didn't do it. Yeah.
Well, he knows.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. Get on about that. Start to listen to more positive people. Hey, we got some advice from Christian here on that also. Read his advice. Christian says, I've been taking cold showers for 8 days so far to shock my body. You know, cold showers can actually reverse diabetes for a few hours as well. It kicks diabetes right out. I'm not taking no damn cold showers. Just so you know, I did that when I was younger because it was supposed to be good for your skin, and yeah, it's supposed to be, you know, so much benefits. No, I'm okay. I rather prefer my warm showers. I don't have a lot of issues going on. I'm good, dog. Angelo, they're great for giving you energy and curing depression. Didn't know that. Dominic, got your How to Make a Woman Come product. Good, Dominic. Got a question on it? Let me know. Moses, Supreme, when you were jacking off, did you notice the difference to how women receive you? No? Because I had, here's what I did one day, Moses. I tried to see how many women I could fuck that day. Not, these women I already had them, I was already fucking. And I arranged sex with 7 chicks. It took a lot of fucking work too, a lot of fucking work. And I still jacked off. Do you think they perceive me any different? Or did they come over happily, you know, wanted to, you know, jump in bed with me for an hour? I was a scheduling motherfucker. Christian says, my mom was a blood. Okay. Dad was a blood. I know your mom was from a gang background because she's an attorney now. That's cool. She rose from that. So your dad, where's your dad? Remo, is he dead? Went to jail a few times. Remo, here is the site chain, calendar.com. That's to be used for your goals. I get it. I better start using that. Thanks, Remo. He was in the gang. My dad went to jail a few times. He was a typical thug. Well, as a thug, you still could have learned something from him. Not that kind of shit. Hopefully he's still stuck on stupid. Dominic, your product has some good game in it. Thanks, Dominic. He's talking about how to make a woman come. What game did you like about it there, Dominic? Dominic, what did I teach you in there? You know, Dominic, I was against that. Dominic also says, yeah, honest, fuck cold showers, lift weights. Lifting weights will give you more testosterone flow in your body as well. Increase your masculinity. Chris, sir, I want to talk about some advanced stuff in the player game. Not sure about what are the boundaries here. Bring it up. Please bring up some advanced stuff. Oh, God, please. First time in a live chat like this, chopping some game. Is okay to... Oh, please. Bless you, my child. Bless you. I don't want to talk about cold showers. Let's get to some game. Oh, he goes, mom wasn't in a gang. That was a mistake. Oh, okay. Gotcha. But your mom dated a blood. She must have been from a good family and dating a thug. Supreme, how do you switch your main girl? Got 3 women. I like that. This is the first time in here. He came in as a player. My newest addition, been with her for a month, and I really like how we connect. Want to make her my main, but main girl now is very sharp. Sometimes you have to get rid of them. Because you already, right now, you have a certain pattern. You switch that pattern up, they're going to start whining, complaining, they'll start snooping and prying. Sometimes you got to be man enough to just break up with them. See, unfortunately, you didn't set your main girl on a distant enough pattern. What I'm talking about is scheduling. You schedule her too many times throughout the week. You could use the excuse of like, I'm busy at work. Eventually, you're going to have to actually settle this, okay? Know that eventually you got to chop that bitch off. Those ones on the side, they're already used to their not seeing you maybe not every week. Getting drops here and there, keep those. But the one that you lavished, she's going to have to go, unfortunately. You can stretch it out, or you can do it right now. And as I said, stretch it out. Starts telling them that you're busy, basically lie to her, that you're really busy, if something came up at work, if you got a job, you got a new project, or like I'm in business. I'm starting a new business. He goes, gotcha. I came to that conclusion. Good. Who are you? I know there's some players coming in here that's got some game in them. Dominic, I was wondering just how long should you do those exercises for? Good. Until you're talking about the dick exercises, until you master them. If you're talking about the increase your sexual energy for the rest of your life, I need to get back to doing them. And I was doing them at one point. They're a great way to wake up your body. And I get up, I got in the habit of getting up, struggling up at 7:13 in the morning, because Jovina's alarm goes off and she gets up, we do our aerobics. And I should either do them before that or after. Those old tantric exercises to increase your sexual energy. But I don't need more sexual energy either. I don't want to have more sexual energy. I'm trying to get that shit down. I'm an old man. I shouldn't be horny like this at this age, man. It's a curse of the Arnett's. My grandfather was 99, still trying to get pussy. I heard from my cousin, from one of her friends. Now, I better say this, he smoked that Indian peace pipe shit. Then my grandfather was French, Canadian, and Native American. My dad's grandmother was Native, and his grandfather was a colonel in the French army. Not claiming white ancestry. I'm not one of those. I would have preferred it. I would actually prefer that I can go back through my male lineage and find my male black lineage. But we got to go through our women. Chris, in a second forming the sentence in my mind, English is second language for me, so I'm a bit slower expressing myself with more elaborate stuff. Okay, but you could have saved the time typing that by working on your statement there, brother. I need an advanced question to challenge my mind. Dominic, my dad said if you don't make your woman come at least 2 times, then they're not your woman. And I answered that one. I like that. You showed me how to make one, and you showed me how to make one come. You should be able to get multiples though. Remember, as I'm teaching you, you got your dick inside the pussy. You're black. Pull that shit out. Aim it at the G spot there. Okay, so you're hitting it. Your ass is rolling. Your fingers on the clit. Your mouth is in her face. You're making her look at you. Give her that mind-blowing orgasm. Do it again and again till she can't come anymore. Chris goes, yes, I know. See, you wasted another moment, man. Come on. Stop teasing, man. Stop teasing. I'm waiting for the good shit. Damien. Newer girl is a gringa. My first white girl. Really? How is it? How's the pussy? Did you find the same difference I did? Lack of passion? That old in and out shit? You got to teach them to be passionate? I love Mexican chicks. They're the most passionate girls around. My main is Mexican. Oh, you're going to get rid of that? I just worry she will expose me. Mexican women can get very jealous and mad. You telling me? She would try and find out why I broke up with her. Yeah. Let her. You got to go through that anyway. Don't let her cut your dick off either. You're too young, but there was a chick named Lorena Bobbitt. She was married to a white dude. She found out he was cheating, and she cut his dick off and threw it out the door. Psst. And then they had to go find the thing. They sewed the shit back on. He later started doing porn with this sewed-on dick. Chris. So, okay, over the last year or so, I've been working on my style and how I get laid. I'm a pretty busy guy. I don't like to waste my time hunting for pussy. So a lot of times when I go hunt for new meat, waiting for the rest of it. In the meantime, Panini, women should be bite her bottom lip and smiling all from start to finish. I don't want her bite her lip. I want her kissing me with those lips. I want my tongue in her tongue and mine playing soccer. That's kind of like a myth where she'll bite through her lip. I don't know if you ever experienced this. Some women, they contract their vagina like a fucking vice. I've been popped out before because they're coming so hard. If they were biting their lip, they bite right through that motherfucker. Chris, see, that's the difference between, real shit there, Panani, and that internet shit, man. I give you guys the real game. Okay, Chris, I quit the efficient strategy, and it's been working. You quit the efficient strategy? Why would you quit if something's efficient? Actually, I lost it. There it is. Hold up, fellas, don't type. Just a minute. I quit the efficient strategy, and it's been working great. There's something better than just eye contact to look for in a nightclub, and that's the eye fuck. That's that specific look a girl gives when she's thinking she was to have sex with you that night. How often do you think women are gonna give you the eye fuck? I think that's what you're talking about. They give you the eye fuck. Women, they like to look, and they look down, they look up. But tell me more about this. I'm kind of curious where you're going with this. Panani says, Dame keyboard. You mean lame keyboard. Your keyboard's doing it again, man. Chris says, I quit. I have. Okay, yeah. I kind of figured that. Some misspelled. Oh, you give them the eye fuck. Is that what you're doing? You're talking about? You give them the eye fuck. Looking down at their pussy. Looking at their nipples. Biting your lip like you want to bite on their nipples. He's going to tell us how he does it. That too? I was joking. I was doing this sleazy 70s porn guy. I personally would never do that. I don't need to do it like that. But I look for girls that give me the eye fuck. Okay. In 2 to 3 hours, I hit 3, 4, sometimes even 5 nightclubs. Holy fuck. That takes a lot of energy. That's... no, I'm not down for that. Because I live in Sacramento, and we're kind of an urban area. The shit's all spread out. I don't want to drive from 3 to 4 nightclubs in 2 hours. I'm going to go to one nightclub, and I'm going to post up and find the eye contact, find the bitches that like what I present. I'm going to step over it and pull them to the floor and give them my test on the dance floor to see if they're my type of chick. Because I've been through that shit. You know, I learned to start testing on the dance floor. Chicks want to be dominant and aggressive in my bed. No, you don't. I'm a man. You're not going to climb on top of me and slap me and ask me whose dick this is or whatever. You know, in my bed, it's my rules. I don't care if I'm in your house. If you're in bed with me, I'm a man. So I learned that, you know, test these females. Also, the chicks that were not good at following me, they were not good dancers, they kind of suck in bed. Guys who can't dance tend to suck in bed. Sorry. That's what girls have told me. Same way around, though. A lot of chicks, you know, they flop around like they're having a spaz attack in the bed when they're busting their nut. And, you know, you can't channel their orgasm into just some serious, passionate kissing and lovemaking. Because that's what I'm about. For a player, I'm not about the old in and out. I'm not about just, you know, fucking and bust my nut and roll over going to sleep. Oh, you didn't come? Too bad. That ain't my fault. That's not me. I'm old school black dude. Let's see. Let's go back up here. Yes, club hopping. That's expensive too. Back in my days, 10 years ago, it was $10 was the bottom end of club hopping. You know, for getting into clubs, it was about $10. Some place $15. I hated that. Some place they want $20. I won't be back. You get in there, the same gaggle of hoes and stuck up chicks and, you know, strutting dudes. He goes, I got good at reading their intentions and their facial expressions. That's very interesting. There, Chris. I thought you had a question on higher game, though. What you're talking about is not going to work for everybody. I'm not in your body. I'm not in Romania. I've heard some Romanian chicks are hot, as I say, a PUA comment. But I don't know if any black dudes that went to Romania yet to test out the game there. I'll have to look that up and see what the brothers got to say about the females in Romania. Michael Nolan, look who came in. Nice of you to wake up, Michael. Well, if there's no choosing in one club, the next one's okay. I can't believe that you guys can go to a club, a regular club. I'm not saying, I always said if I go to, I wouldn't go to a KKK club or a racist club or even a country bar for that matter. Okay, I'm not going to step in those kind of bars because I know that, and there are chicks in country bars that dig brothers. But when they want a brother, they go to a regular place. And there are black dudes I've seen that did the country line dancing. A friend of my ex-wife's husband was into that. The girls are hot, then down for brothers too. Cool. Thanks for that information. I'll pass it around. But I've never had a problem attracting chicks in the club environments that I went to because I picked the right clubs. The only ones I had trouble with were house clubs. Everybody's too busy dancing by themselves in their little cliques. House clubs are the worst. I know that a certain group of people like that faster music so they can skip around, wave their glow sticks and be all feminine shit. It wasn't just towards my environment. And I mixed house music. A key in any club is just show off your dance moves. Not in any club. You can't go to a black club in the United States and get out there and start skipping around the floor. we'll clown your ass out of there. You can't go to a top 40 mix club and do that. PUAs came in there, or house dancers came in there trying to do that shit where you dance by yourself. And they tried to do house to hip hop. They got laughed out. House music events, maybe over in Europe, you guys get out there and jump around and stuff. But in America, in the top 40 clubs, that doesn't really happen over here. Yes, house clubs are terrible for passionate, nasty dance. Yeah. I even drove down to San Francisco. I'm in Sacramento. It's like a 90-mile drive. And yeah. I went to this really cool place, and they had different types of music, but when they got to, the house room, if that belly dancer chick wasn't there, I wouldn't even dance with anybody. Never went back down there again either. I like driving far to get game. Dominic, I tried to get some of my friends to get your product, but they think they know what they're doing. Those fuckers don't know shit. They don't. When you got something come from a man that's in his I produced that in my 50s, late 50s. So I've had a lot of years of experience to figure out what works. Those friends are idiots. Panini, I got a lot of dance styles, including the tango. Tango, huh? The waltz. Yeah, okay. Dance with music, not to the music. Supreme, they're trying to ban Trump from entering UK. That's a surprise to me. Not a surprise to me. And if they start doing that kind of shit, what's gonna... Fuck, I forgot to take these pills. Trump's political party is America. I actually don't have a problem with that. As much as I have a problem with the racism of America. He's not interested in being friends with anybody else. He wants to destroy all the trade agreements, but we're talking about Trump. Michael Nolan, we're not going to talk about Trump today. Let's keep it strictly game, okay? It looks like I've caught up, and I've been talking to you guys, giving you guys free advice for 2 hours. How many of you made a little post on my video as far as giving back? I see the ones here who have. Panini, Remo. Oh, I don't know if Moses didn't see Moses' name. Chris, thank you for that one. Damon, you get a pass. You're new. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Chris. Okay, here we go. Somehow I missed that comment. Are you allowed to ban people from your country? No. Well, we're going to ban... They're going to start banning Muslims. If he gets his way, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but... We can ban people from coming in if there's certain things that's about them. And put it like that. Okay, Chris. Okay, what I mean with the I fuck is girls that already have the intention to have sex that night. They planned it and they're open to it, and they are basically looking to get laid that night with a player type dude that looks like he can give some good sex. There's a fellow named Valentine. He has a book out. I forgot the name of it. I recommended it years ago. He called them lone wolves, I think, or something like that. Girls that go to the club by themselves, they're looking to get fucked. So that'll help you in what you're talking about. The girls that come to a nightclub by themselves, they're there to get fucked. They could be married. They found their husband cheating on them. They want some revenge. Payback sex is wonderful. Chris says, so if they're down to have sex with you that night, they will show it from the distance with I fuck. I know the look you're talking about from women. I know that look. And if you noticed it, yes. It was yes. Okay, Christian Supreme. I found an article from The Art of Manliness. It's about becoming anti-fragile /man/ruggedness. Cool. Girls on the hunt for good sex. Here's the thing. 64% of women go there to meet dudes. That means eventually they're basically looking for sex partners, correct? If 64% of the females that are there looking for dudes, that means, as I said, they want sex. Then you want the most desperate of them that are desperately looking for sex. That's low-hanging fruit. And that's easy lay. Don't have a problem with that there, Chris. Get to know the person a little bit, though. Make sure they're not carrying anything, because if they do that every weekend, that means they got new dicks in them every weekend. Okay, I'm not attracted to women that do the leering thing. That's just me, though. They tend to be more aggressive. I'm not. Yeah, you got it right. Low hanging fruit. They tend to be more aggressive. I would worry about that. How many times are you doing that? Did you catch something that you want to spread it to me? Pay all men back? That's what would come across my mind. I know that's not what's going on. I'm a realist, but I got to think about that. How many times are you doing that? Because I want that bitch on my team. I want her on my team. I don't want just sex for a weekend. I'm team building. I want seconds. I don't want just firsts, because it gets better in seconds as she learns to relax around me. By the third time, we're hitting our stride. And I can teach her how to come with me. And by then, that mind is mine. You don't totally bind fuck her the first time. I've been thanked for the first time for good sex, but it takes a while to get that mind fucked. Remo, women drink a lot. It's just that they usually don't pay for the drinks. That's very true. A lot of women in New York City like going out with no money and pimp dudes for drinks. They do it out here too, Remo. It's not just New York City. I talked about the time I was in the bar, that famous bar in my town, and a chick was bragging about I can get any man to buy me a drink and watch it with the bartender, and she gave me the drink. Let's see. Best dance act for me was The Prodigy back in the 90s. 4 guys who could dance proper. Not like another rave act who danced like clowns. And another good dancer, James Brown. Yeah, he was okay. Michael, what's the leering? Leering is like a not too high of a word for you. A sexual look. Do you think crazier chicks care more? Derek Kelly asks. Do you think crazier chicks care more? Some of them do in their own little crazy ass way, but remember, they're crazy. I care about my knife very much. When I cut your skin while you're sleeping. I don't think so. Let me just scroll down. Did you hear about the woman who got the 500 men infected with AIDS? Everybody heard that story. That's going around in the States, by the way. And there were gay dudes going around infecting other gay dudes. Remo, yeah, all women indeed. Michael, Damien, Supreme, what you think if I break up with my main girl, wait a week, not seeing any of my girls, and tell my newer one I'm busy, which I will be, would that help? That might help a little bit, but she's gonna wonder, what you're doing. They're still gonna, go through that period of time. What you got to do is when you bring a girl to your place. I did this. Park your car somewhere else and walk to your home before she gets there. Because I knew my girls were driving by. They look in the back place where I parked or on the streets where I parked. And right behind my apartment was our parking lot. And then there was an alley. Over here, there was the main street and there was an apartment complex. And there was a walkway to it. So I parked on the main street over there, walked through the apartment complex, through the alley to my complex. So they don't drive around the block like that. Plus, that street had no lights. There were a lot of trees. You got to outsmart them. And sometimes I even parked a couple of blocks away. When I had a new girl coming over, and I'm going to be spending, I had my little candles lit and shit in my bedroom and all that. Fuck that. I'm not having someone beat on my door. I've been through that. That's low-level game. You got to prepare that shit. Let's see. Derek, Christian. Christian's talking. What was Greece talking about when he went to a party of rich white men? It's called a Mandingo party. They hire black dudes, or they don't hire, but they have black dudes come in and fuck their wives. And they jack off. If you were on the forum, you would sing Hands. He had a white dude, and he's fucking his wife, and the white dude's laying on there. Another one is, he's in BSM. He got the white guy tied upside down, and he's hanging from something, and his wife is sucking his dick. And he said he had one of his black bulls come in, and he's licking her pussy. Not my idea of good stuff for my forum, but I'm curious about it. That's why I let it stay instead of warning them about, because I see this girl's pussy. One girl's pussy. He's got some kind of things he stuck to her skin and rope across her, and then he's got an East Indian chick, same thing, and ropes across her. I saw that in the Japanese culture. They're very, very big. I don't get the sexual thing of tying people up, and they're masters at it. The whole thing of knotting and ropes. They get turned on by ropes cutting the skin, and I don't have that quirk. So because I don't have it, I'm not gonna, say that other people have their own shit. I had my shit. Hold on, I gotta delete some mail. Damien, I'll be honest, planning and trying to get away with this shit puts some excitement into me. Haha. Me too, but I like the car idea. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I'm gonna learn a lot from you, Supreme. Good. Stick around, brother. That's painful. Damn ropes cutting skin. I guess it is. I don't understand the Japanese chicks that can tolerate that. I know the culture, a little bit of it. I don't know the deep nuances of their culture, but or any woman. But there's something misogynistic in these women that, go through that shit. Obviously, they're majority of them victims of, sexual abuse. So how do you think all those hot chicks that hand is tracked into that? They just were born hot and they just like to be tortured? No, they got some demons in them. Literally fucking demons. The thoughts they done created, the thought forms they done created in their own minds because, daddy fucked them. Daddy enjoyed busting his nut inside of them and told them they were good little girls when they came. Chris, because most guys have no game and they never make a move, they lack that aggressiveness to make a move on a girl that's down and ready to get laid this night, so the competition is quite low. Not here in America. And not amongst the brothers. Maybe in your country, but all the clubs I went to, dudes are all up on females. Unasked. Uninvited. I can't speak for Romania. How did Grease get into these social circles? I don't know. If he was here, he'd probably tell you about that. All I know is that everywhere he goes, they find him. He goes, it's different here in Bucharest. Yeah. Man, fuck. I'd clean up if I was single and I went to Bucharest. Fuck. I'd seriously clean up. If the guys are pussies over there, I know there's that Philco. He's not nowhere near you, but he's up in Russia, and he's cleaning up. So Russian women are experiencing the power of blackness. Hope he's representing us well. What they need is some hard ass brothers to go over there and start fucking the women in Russia. Let's see if they're afraid of negative tension. Here we go with Michael Nolan again. You guys remember I was talking about Michael Nolan. I read your post or your comments earlier, Michael Nolan. You were using the word tension now. You misused the word tension there, brother. They're afraid of negative stress or tension from women. They're afraid of rejection. Let's call it by the right word. Just because you learn and you spell it right, or what are you doing? You're cut and paste because you always keep using the capitalized version of it. So you must be cutting and pasting from somewhere, man. They're afraid of negative rejection because rejection is negative. Basically saying, I don't like you. And they probably got that as a kid. Other kids tease them. We don't like you. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. And then you learn that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I don't know what guys got bullied went through. Are Asian girls starting to like black guys? There's been a little small movement. You can find videos online on YouTube there. Chris and my dad tried to teach me to be tough. Good. My uncle made me fight him. Okay. Let's see. Scrolling by too fast. Michael, most black guys, as I said, can seem to handle tension better. His new word, fellas, is tension. Let's give Michael Nolan a big tension comment. Michael Nolan, I feel tension when I see you repeat the word tension all the time in every comment that you make. It makes me very tense, which is a variation of the word tension. It's how you feel. I feel tense. Thank you, Remo. Tension. We got to clown Michael Nolan today. My uncle was trained by this guy, 6'3", muscles. He's an expert. Okay, ninjutsu. That came out when I was a young adult. Ninjutsu. Boxing, taekwondo. I did taekwondo. I did boxing, jujitsu. I did aikido. Knife fighting. I haven't done knife fighting yet. I would like to. I liked how they have certain that you do a routine. You learn the routine. You know, you stab here, stab here, stab here. You do the routine. That dude's dead. You teach your body the pattern of hitting certain points. Chris, so I sweep, and I've got to get back to martial arts, especially now that the Trumpers feel emboldened. Yeah, because my reflexes are gone. I probably go, oh, don't beat me, don't beat me, don't beat me. I'm kidding. Metamorals. It's been cool hanging out with you, Supreme. I got to run. This is my day off, so I'll see if I can join you guys for another live chat sometime. Go to my main channel, the Real Men's Channel. Just type that into your YouTube browser, okay? Not sure how you found me, but type that into your YouTube browser, and that's my main channel. This is a side channel. Some jackass flagged one of my videos, so I can't do the live videos on that channel, and it was my fault. There was an Asian girl I was showing, and you see her nipple. I got what I deserved. So I'm a man. I'll take responsibility for my shit, fellas. Let's see. Flavors. Me is great for a personal website for yourself to show females if you want. Flavors.me. Interesting. You guys found a lot of stuff. I didn't know about that. Oh, good. He's not talking about tension. BJJ is best against giants. It's proven. Royce Gracie, UFC 1. And let's convert his statement. Tension in BJJ is best against giants. It's proven. Royce Gracie. Damien, I found you using your previous. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Derek, wow, he really flagged you for a damn nipple. It was covered. Well, the guy, I was talking about. It was a white guy. He got upset because I was talking about nerds that go for white guys that go for low hanging fruit like Asian chicks. He didn't like that, so he found a reason to flag it. Everyone else saw the same video, then flagged it. This one dude did. Instead of if it had warned me, I would have went back. I uploaded some of my past shows videos, and maybe that's one of the ones that because they would have my last channel they just dumped the whole thing. They went through it, looked at all the stuff. Too much, as they in their words, too much copyright material, and bam, they probably didn't even see it because nobody flagged it. No weak motherfucker flagged it. I got rid of most of them. Judo's good against giants, Michael says. So's a kick in the nuts. So is a takedown and twisting of the wrist. And then break the elbow against giants. With giants, you don't get cute. You got to break something fast. Otherwise, they're gonna keep on you. They have more strength. You got to learn to turn the strength against them. Christian, Michael, Panini, the best management team, Martin O'Neill. You're not sure what you're talking. You must be talking about boxing or something. Michael, I'm going to make a video on your forum when I sign up. Okay. The new forum, you'll be able to jack your video straight in there. I believe. Remo, don't break me. I'm a giant. LOL. Thing about that is, it's true. A lot of tall people can't fight. They've always had their height. You're talking to your cousin, Panini, Michael. Good. His father's Irish, too. I would love to hear Michael Nolan's accent. Ay, mi boyo. Lottie. Ireland football team, Panini, talking about Supreme. Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, he's talking to you. Didn't get that. Christian Wolf. The man trained his daughters. Okay. All right. Looks like conversation has died down. So it's time to finish up our show. 2 hours and 25 minutes. That's decent. And I'm going to go take a shower. And Jovina, she wants to get out. I got to go walk my female. Take my woman for a walk, fellas. She probably wants to do some retail therapy. I'll let her go off on her own and do that. While I start to work on my own business. I've got to record some videos. I've got to get my online business, not in this niche, but the other niche. It's now time. As I said, I wait for the feeling, and the feeling is here. Also, I need the right inspiration, and I know what to do now. I know when I'm proceeding and I don't have the right inspiration, and I actually got it yesterday, what I needed to do to make it more successful. So I'm going to work on that, get my abs class launched first, the one that you guys had. I want to launch it to the general public out there, women, and build a membership site on that. That'll be my first membership site. That way I have residual income, but I have to do a lot. Once a week, give a new ab workout, bam. Have my diet program, bam, you're good to go. Also for women, I'm going to do their, just like I'm teaching in real life out there. The abs, hips, and bun class, the Brazilian butt lift workout class I'm doing, same thing. So that I'm going to launch, and that'll be the first thing I do. Chris says, sir, thank you for your time. Appreciate you. Very welcome, Chris, and good have you on the show. Michael, Mike do man, you will see me on the forum. God, I want to go to Ireland and meet Michael Nolan. I'll see you on the forum for the third or fourth time, Michael. I'll see you on the forum. And I know you're going to do the video on the forum there, brother. Curtis, thanks, Supreme. You're very welcome. Have you left me your testimonial yet, Curtis, on my video? I'm trying to remember. The video is called Got a Question for You. All right, fellas. You guys have a nice day. For me, it's Sunday, and I'm ready to get out of this or get into something good. Peace.